everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Up Supercast Game Club. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. And joining me today, I've got Ills.
I kill for Ares.
And I got Noah.
No matter what, never trust Era.
Good, solid advice. This week, we played a little game called Apotheon for the PC and PlayStation 4. This game it was released in 2015, so wow, we played a newer game for once. And it was released, like I said, PC, PS4, I already said that. But February 3rd, 2015, and it is an action platform type video game. I guess it's listed, I saw it listed as a Metroidvania game. It kind of is, a little bit.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Noah, you picked this game.
I did.
By the way, I just want to mention that this game was developed and published by a little company called Alien Trap. Shout out to them because some very small company. I looked them up. They haven't made any other games that I've ever even heard of. So, yeah, they're still making games, I think. Their last game came out in 2017, so it was called...
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Cryptarch. I've never even heard of that game either. So they're flying under the radar, but they're making some pretty solid stuff because they made this game. And Noah, you picked this game, and why don't you tell everybody why you picked this game for us to play?
Well, the very first impression was because of the art style. Like, as soon as I saw, I just randomly was on Steam one day, and I saw like it pop up on like one of the sale pages. There was a sale going on for it, and it was just like it immediately stands out because it's the same art style you see on like Greek pottery, like the stuff that you see on like pots, like the ancient Greek drawings, like the black and orange and like where he's squared off. I guess not really squared, but you know the type of pots that they sell in like tourist shops.
Yeah, like classic old Greek art style.
Yeah, and that was really cool, and they actually made the whole game based around that art style, so I thought that was really, really cool. Like, I never thought that art style was cool, ever, whenever I saw it back home, but seeing it in this form was, like, pretty cool, so I wanted to play it, and, like, the more I read about it, the more interested I got in it.
What the fuck? Doesn't even like his own culture.
I mean, you kind of see it everywhere when you grow up in Greece.
Right.
We know you just picked this game because you miss home. Be real.
But yeah, it's definitely neat, and I guess that's like the main thing. Obviously, I guess we'll talk about that first. Is like the art style of this game, right? Because obviously that's the first thing you see when you see any screenshots or gameplay of this game is you notice how unique it is, and it is definitely cool. Yeah, there's definitely not any games that I've seen ever use this art style before, like.
It's definitely unique.
There's an upcoming game that kind of does like a similar thing, not in this art style, but like taking the style of a culture, like I think it's like Persian culture, like kind of
like mosaic.
Mosaic, and making a new game of it. It's called Artformer.
Yeah, I saw. It looks like it plays very, very similar as well.
So yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's always cool to see games, trying unique things, especially to look different, especially in a day and age of a lot of gray and, you get that weird, like, gray-brown tone, like Gears of War and Call of Duty and stuff. Everything just looks dirty and gross, So it's nice to see that. And one of the things with the art style, too, is really cool is it's not, even though it's the same style throughout, it changes kind of like different colors and shades and stuff throughout the game as well. Which is
It's not just limited to orange and black. Yeah,
it's not just orange through the whole game. Yeah, because we'll talk about this. Basically, you play as the gentleman. Tell me if Nicandrios. Yeah, I was like, Noah could probably say it better than I could, but yeah, Nicandrios, and you're fighting gods, Greek gods. The most popular ones, you got Apollo, Artemis, Hades.
You don't necessarily fight Hades, you just go to him.
Yeah, Ares. And Zeus is the main boss there. So you play as Nicandrios, and he's like in all the humans were being punished, I guess, by Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm done with humans, basically, and cast them into darkness. And you run across Hera, his wife, who is just like, Zeus is a piece of shit. He cheats on me all the time. And I want you to kill him for me.
Yeah.
And
just as a side note, whenever, like I said in the introduction, Hera is always going against Zeus in every story told. Like, she hates him. Oh, I don't blame her, but whenever you come into terms, whenever you see Hera and she wants to create an alliance or is trying to help you, you know you're gonna get backstabbed. Like, I knew from the first fucking second, once I realized who she was, she's gonna betray me or like go against me in some form, some way.
Yeah. Yeah, so she basically, God of War style, just says, I need you to kill not only Zeus, but you need to kill all the other gods, all of his underlings, to get their powers to help you stop him. So you go on a quest, and you start off with like three gods that you got to kill. I think it was
Artemis, Apollo, and Demeter. You don't necessarily kill her. You just have to like get her power, which she voluntarily gives once you like free her sister from Hades.
Yeah,
her daughter.
Her daughter. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, because you go to Hades and he's like one of the ones that doesn't fight you either. He's just like, hey.
He's the most chill of all the gods.
Yeah. You got to cross the river Styx, and it's the cool thing.
I love his dungeon. Like having all the people that. Well, we haven't actually really said the game is like a hack and slash, so you fight people with weapons and things like that. And like his area, like before each boss or each god that you have to go and steal their powers from, there's like a dungeon / you have to like figure out how to navigate through and reach the boss.
Kind of like a trial, I guess, would be the thing I would explain it.
Yeah,
it's a
and like Hades
zone,
was basically. Like it's full of dead people trying to suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was really creepy and cool. Like, it was all dark and shit, and it was like infinitely spawning enemies like coming towards you. It was like,
you have to use the torch.
Feel your life.
Yeah, that was the first one I went to too, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's actually really interesting because on the lead up to that zone, like the map suddenly stops working. Like there's no map for that area, so you kind of have to like figure it out. It's pretty cool. And then when you get into that zone, like each river that you have to cross is like completely different. So it's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it's interesting, and each god has their own different kind of like style, like
their own like unique boss fight in a sense.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, they did a really good job of theming the zones to each boss and making you feel like.
I really liked Artemis's fight, where because she's the goddess of the hunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you basically took turns. Between you and her, one of you would turn into a deer, and you have to go to these specific locations to turn back to the hunter, and then the other person would turn into deer, and then you hunt them.
Yeah.
So it was like a back and forth kind of cat and mouse game, which was really interesting.
It was unique. I really liked that one as well.
Yeah.
That was one of the most clever boss fights in the game.
Yep, and Athena was really cool with
her dungeon was
was awesome. Like all
I
the
thought
puzzle
Athena
heavy.
was amazing. Yeah.
That was my favorite one to go through.
Yeah.
You had to basically there was 3 different keys that you had to get to unlock these doors. But to go through the doors, first of all, it was just like this big rotating maze that you'd have to like navigate your way through. And then once you got to each door to get the key, it was just like a cool puzzle that you'd have to go through to like hit all these switches. And those puzzles really were like the ones that use the most out of the physics engine. Because this game runs on like it's kind of like a physics-based engine, I guess, for like throwing stuff. And I'll talk about it a little bit because it doesn't work super well all the time, but I don't know. I thought this part was the coolest part. It definitely used it the most, although at some parts was frustrating. Like there was one specific part with like 3 switches that you had to like throw stuff over. It was like a wall, and there was 3 doors in a row, and you had to hit the 3 switches.
Oh, the one where we have to shoot the arrow up in the air.
Yeah, shoot the arrow straight up. That one took me a few minutes. The closest one was a pain in the ass for me to hit for some reason.
Yeah, I really
just use a Hydra arrow. It shoots 3 hours at a time.
Oh yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, I liked the farther I got into the game, the more I was like, I'm an arrow man now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the different ways things you can use to fire are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
there's so many different weapons you can use. Even like projectile weapons, like you have normal arrows, you have blast arrows, you have hydra arrows that are like triple arrows, you have the discus. There's like a lot of like variety and like
javelins,
weapons you can use.
Yeah, just stones.
Spears. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked. I one of the things that I liked about this game was even though you had the weapons would break, but you could get them repaired and stuff.
Oh yeah, one thing I really like. They did better even than Breath of the Wild's weapon system that Breath of the Wild should have taken note of. Like the weapons break, yes, but you can carry multiple versions of them, like the spears. Like they were the most common ones that would break the fastest, but you can carry like up to 5 at a time. As soon as one breaks, you immediately take out the next one. And also, when it came to like the super rare weapons that you find by exploring, once you find them once and they break, you can purchase them from like the town black market.
Yeah, yeah. It would say it too. It would say like added to the black market when you got it.
Yeah,
which I like.
And like that alone encouraged me to use the powerful weapons all the time instead of what my usual habit would be, saving them for the final boss or for a boss fight. I was just constantly fucking using them. It was great.
Yeah, because then you could just go buy more, and it wasn't. Yeah. I did like that. I liked that they rewarded you for exploring by giving you like cool, unique weapons with like different like elements into them too. Like some of them are on fire or have electricity and stuff.
The Quake Hammer, so good.
Yeah, so the weapons were cool.
There's a lot of cool shit to find. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the way with the weapons, like with the spears, you would have to hit the enemies with the tip of the spear, like specifically. Like if you were using a mallet or something, a sword, you would have to hit them with, the way you
the blade
strike would you'd have to hit them with the blade part to damage them, which is neat, but also sometimes it was a real pain in the fucking ass, because the combat is one of the worst parts. I think it's kind of janky.
It's very janky. It's very imprecise. It's just kind of like, you kind of hope to hit him because, I mean, like, the aiming is not great, and, like, the fact that you have to attack from above or below, that's kind of a pain in the ass, and... Yeah. And the way enemies react to your attacks, like, sometimes they'll just fucking fly off and, like, 30 yards.
The physics. Yeah, if you hit them hard, they go flying, and then they have to run back to you.
The physics in the game were like, I guess jank is a really good word for it. It really is. It's very janky.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, like one-on-one, it's usually fine, but when there's like four or five people around, it's kind of annoying,
Quake Hammer.
I found myself. I was telling Noah, I find myself like in certain situations just running if I didn't have to fight. I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I just use the dodge roll and just like, yep, see you later. I'm fucking out.
Yeah, you also have like a stamina bar, so it's kind of Dark Soulsy, but like. Yeah, like you have your normal attack speed, but once your stamina runs out, you attack very slow and you're very vulnerable if you just spam the attack button. So you have to like carefully place your shots.
Yeah.
So the combat not great.
Yeah, you find yourself kind of like button mashing just like to get through the combat sometimes, especially with like Poseidon. Like,
oh god,
it was such a dumb fight. He's just giant.
That was the worst section of the game, I think. Like the fight was bad. Because it was just crap. But then that whole zone was also like really dull and tedious. Like just traveling.
Yeah, that's definitely like the least. Favorite.
It was very tedious to just go through like the fucking chart. Like you just hit and it was not hard either. It was just like, come on, all right, let's go.
No, it was just boring. And like Poseidon doesn't do anything like specific to him. Like there's like no Poseidon move that he does, you know what I mean?
He just kind of is giant and swings his
just hits the boat.
He's like, he doesn't have the kind of personality that you would expect him to have. Or a moveset to fit his personality. And it's jarring because they do such a good job with like all the other
ones
fights.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, the theme with him was like he was in charge of like the sea and the horses. So like you had to fight that one guy on horseback was one of the things. and like get rid of all the horses from the stables from being like captive. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
you had to like free them.
to free them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So like
you
that
didn't
at
do
least was contributing a little bit towards him, but the fight itself was no.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't use the sea at all. You know, yeah, it was kind of dumb. That was just my take.
I have a question about you. You mentioned Hera, that you knew she was going to betray you, right? Did you decide to kill her, or did you not?
At the end,
yeah, I did.
I killed her.
I absolutely.
She was like blabbering. I was like, "How dare you defy me?" I was like, "Shut up, Bob."
Yeah. I think you could just walk away from her, but I was like, I'm a killer. I'm an absolute killer.
I mean, you killed everybody else at that point. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Get rid of all. Well, not everybody else. But
Oh, Athena didn't die.
Yeah, Athena just like
Hades
gives
didn't
up.
die.
Demeter didn't die. Persephone and Persephone
Demeter.
and Hades didn't die. But anyway, I guess they were just chilling.
Yeah.
Aphrodite and Hephaestus didn't die.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, I never figured out what happened
fought.
with Aphrodite. It's like I never knew what to do. I found her, but I don't know what the side quest was.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool that there's.
Oh yeah, there's also side quests. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I do like that there's side quests. I guess that's where it kind of is like Metroidvania type.
Yeah.
Because there is extra stuff to do. You can explore. You don't have to.
I don't think we mentioned, but it's like it's a 2D platformer at the same time.
Yeah. Did
we mention that? I don't know if we mentioned that. So yeah, like try to imagine Metroidvania with 2D platform would be like. So you have like your base, you made your main town hub that you can go through doors, like go to different houses.
Yeah, there's like
There's actually like guards everywhere protecting the city. Because when you're first allowed in, you're immortal into like the god's realm in the Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
So like you have to be like not causing trouble, otherwise like a swarm of soldiers gather around you, like pay the tribute or suffer the consequences.
Yeah, you can pay them money to make them leave you alone.
Yeah. The first is like you're not strong enough, so if you like challenge them, you probably die. But once I went to the town the second time after killing the first 3 gods, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I am taking everything. Destroying pots and crates, stealing shit, everything. Just killing whoever
It's kind
came.
of annoying though, because like there's so many of them to fight. Like
Yeah.
fighting
But after like the
groups
first
in
couple of
games
times,
is
like
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second town, like when you do the first 3, right, and then you go to the next area, every single door had like 2 guys standing in front of it. So like as soon as you try to unlock it, they're like, "Hey, stop it!" And then you fucking have to fight them. And I'm like, "Oh no, what the hell?"
Strangely enough, I used the assassin dagger because you kill them in one shot if you hit them from behind. So once one guy died, because the other guy wasn't looking directly at him, he was like, "Oh, what's his body?" And he couldn't tell it was me. So then once he turned his back on me, I killed him too. Then I would have no problem going through doors.
Yeah, that was the part with the pain. When you get ganged up on in that game, you better be.
You could be chaotic.
Yeah, I know, definitely.
As soon as I see, like, I was like, you get to learn like recipes as well to make craft items and shit.
Yeah.
So like potions and things like that. Once I learned how to use to craft a warding potion, which basically makes you invincible for 30 seconds, I was abusing the shit out of that in towns especially.
Yeah.
So once I saw like I was gonna get like swarmed by like 20 plus, and I was gonna be like, well, drink this and go to town.
Yeah. I do like the crafting. I mean, it's not like deep or anything, but I like that it's like there. You know, because you
get to actually make items that summon like wolves or hawks to be an ally in battle, or even zombies.
I like the
skeleton
zombie
warriors.
ones. I use those a lot. They were super helpful.
They were really
especially
cool.
when you were being mobbed. I would just like, okay, I'm gonna throw out a couple of zombies. They'll help me out real quick.
Then the giant cyclops would come along and just fucking one-shot all of them in one hit. One attack. Oh, boy.
Yeah, the crafting system was pretty good. I mean, yeah, it was simplistic, but yeah,
It
pretty
is
good.
always... the game always gives you, like, plenty of items to use. Like, plenty of weapons, plenty of items. You rarely run out of anything. At least for me.
And they're pretty generous as well with the checkpoints. If you die, you just kind of come back. Like, they send you back to the beginning of the room you're in. But good thing is... I'm pretty sure like any doors you unlocked and shit are usually like left like that, and I think enemies you killed are dead too. So that's nice. Because there was a part. What was the part where like you had This part was annoying. It was like you had to go around and smash all these dudes' wine, but like
the satyrs. Yeah, that was in
satyrs.
Artemis.
they would one shot you every time. Like
Oh yeah, because it was more of like you have to be sneaky.
yeah,
that was a real dumb part.
yeah, that part was annoying.
I mean, like if they could hit you, they killed you. But if you can avoid them, then you survive.
I think it's because they had drugged weapons or something. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was weird. First time I was like, wow, what the hell? Was I almost dead or something? And then I was like, oh no, just every time it's just one shot and you gotta start it over again. That part was kind of a pain in the butt. I feel like I powered through so much of it that some of it's like a blur to me. But some of it all feels weird. There's a lot of different unique objectives too though. But it just felt like a blur because I was just powering through it.
Well, it felt like very faithful to like Greek mythology as a whole.
Oh yeah,
It did,
like,
yeah,
you would
good
constantly
job.
find like little lore pieces, which were
Yeah.
actually like quotes from the Iliad or the Odyssey, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really cool. I like that.
But yeah, throughout
Yeah.
you could read and stuff. That was cool. Yeah, and
So I thought they just did an amazing job, like really steeping the game in that culture. Yeah, it's really cool. Really
For
good
sure.
job.
yeah, it was definitely like just like a love letter to Greek mythology in general. The whole game was, and they did a good job of staying faithful to it, and like how all the gods act and everything like that. They did a great job. It's like,
Yeah.
and if you
Well,
they would make you interested
I was so-
in it too.
Yeah, I was so happy when Athena was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna fight you," because she's generally a goddess of wisdom. Like, that makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes, this is awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah. So her whole thing was amazing to me.
Yeah. It was my, like I said,
And Ares
favorite
was
part.
literally the god of war, so everybody was fighting in his name.
Yeah. yeah.
And then of course he's gonna fucking fight you. He wants a giant. He wants a challenge.
Yeah,
So
and his
he
whole
was,
thing is like
super
a
into it.
coliseum. Yeah, it's amazing. Really good. Like I said, like the theming of each zone is like so well done.
Yeah.
Like Artemis is just like a big grove, forest, whole nature themed. It's amazing. Apollo's kind of weird, I just love that Apollo's like a huge dick the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Poseidon, even though it was boring, it was all like it was a sea chart. You had to go around in the sea. And did you guys explore more in the sea, or did you just go to the 3 islands and say?
I found like a pirate's den, like a pirate ship
And
that
you
had
could
like
swim,
people that I
like,
freed. I don't know what that led to though. I didn't further explore it. I got a unique weapon though.
Yeah, you could swim around because there's like stuff under the ocean, like at random spots. So you could find some stuff down there, and you could fight more mermaids or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I like the part leading up to the fight where you just like have to continue to hit these switches to make the water level go up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was decent. Yeah. The thing that really fucked me up about this game is that it had so many technical issues. Like, the game glitched out on me like maybe 6 or 7 times in a row trying to go into the refuge of Athena. Like, I had no fucking idea why. Like,
You
it
played
just
the
completely
PC
shut
version,
down
right?
on me. What?
You played the Steam version, right?
Yeah. And Poseidon, like when I was fighting Poseidon, his whole character model just was invisible to me, so I had to fight him like without seeing him.
What the
It
fuck?
was so dumb.
Oh,
It was so
weird.
dumb. I hated it so much. Like so many times, this game fucked up for me, and I don't get it.
That's strange. Did it fuck up for you, Brandon? You played on the PS4, right?
I did play it on the PS4. One time it crashed on me. Like it just booted me out and it rebooted the whole game. And I was like, huh, that was weird. But
I didn't really have any issues. I think there was a little bit of frame drops like the first time I fought Zeus, but after I died and then I restarted, it was fine.
Oh, there was also a glitch when I was doing the Hephaestus, puzzle where you had to align everything. I don't know if you guys did that one. Did you?
I did not.
no.
Okay, well, he has like these rotating, I don't know what you call them, like walls, and you have to make sure they're all aligned so that you can walk through them. But like the game wouldn't like allow me to walk through even though I had aligned them. Like they didn't really understand that I'd figured it out already, so I had to leave the area and come back to it. Just, like I don't understand. Real dumb. Real dumb shit.
I think it just the game could have used a little more polish, I guess. In terms of not visuals or anything like that, just
with the hitboxes,
technically,
the running,
the running. That's a good one because you go Sonic the Hedgehog speed all of a sudden. Sometimes it's really weird.
It's great.
It feels jarring because then all of a sudden you like when you hit something or stop.
If you hit like stairs or like a different like what's the word I'm looking for? Not deviation.
Elevation?
Elevation, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when like you hit it, if you're going in a straight line, he starts running super fucking fast.
Yeah.
And then you hit a deviation or stairs, and he's just like, oh, stop, and slowly build up speed again.
Yeah, it's weird. It's definitely weird.
It makes sense, but
little things like that
weird.
like could use. I feel like a little more polish, but
yeah.
in it, I don't know how big the studio is. Like Alien Trap. I don't know how big they are, but. I mean, they did a really good job, in general, but but there are some things in the
you can see where the complete focus went to the art style and the story and the mythology.
Right. And for that...
They nailed those things.
Yeah. For that, you gotta give them a hand on that, because they did great. The gameplay could use a little bit more touching up here and there.
Yeah.
But it was still overall pretty fun. Really good.
Yeah, it's not like broken or unplayable or anything at all. Not even by any means. So it's just...
Yeah, it's just not very satisfying sometimes.
Yeah. But that's... Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's just because they're a small like indie studio, and it's not like Symphony of the Night, right? Like a game like that. Also, I guess would be a little similar because it's kind of like Metroidvania. But Symphony of the Night, obviously, and like Castlevania games, like your weapons and stuff and powers just feels really good to use, So.
For some reason, the fucking axes were so strong.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like they have the smallest hitbox, but it's just like you hit someone, just split their head.
They're just dead in like 1 second. It got a little gory sometimes too,
Oh, it got very gory, yeah.
Like it's just blood splurting everywhere and the sound effects, and just people screaming.
Oh, and the voice acting in this game was fucking top notch.
You thought
Really fucking good.
I thought it was okay. I don't know. I thought it was.
I was impressed.
I didn't think it was bad at all, so I thought it was fine. I liked. Go ahead.
Another like awkward thing was like the way you cling onto walls. It looks so weird. Like
I think it's because there isn't like a visual thing that he's actually holding down to the ledge that made it look weird.
Yeah, like you just stick to them. Like,
yeah,
I don't
understand.
Like edges
so
more
weird.
than walls. Yeah.
At first, I was like, "Can I wall jump?" I was like trying to figure it out. It was kind of weird. He was just a little clingy to stuff.
Very.
Which I guess really helped, especially with Athena's dungeon.
With the spinning
I
walls.
mean, just visually. It was
The
super
spinning
weird.
walls and rooms. Yeah, like I thought that was very weird in the beginning too, but then I was like, okay, so it probably is a mechanic where he's actually holding down to the ledge, but they couldn't pull it off him actually extending his arms and holding it, so they just left it like that. That was my logic behind it. So it just looks like his knee is holding the ledge.
Yeah, doesn't look great. I really do like that. The way your character looks, like it just progressively looks better and better. Like
like
when
the
you get
more you
upgrades
level up your armor, he actually goes from like a peasant to like looking like a soldier to like a badass sergeant.
Yeah.
Like
And by the end of the game, you feel super badass when you get like all the power ups and stuff. When you're going up to Zeus.
Oh yeah, the final after like the fight with Zeus, like the final fight.
Yeah.
Like that fight itself was really cool, like the slow motion fucking one-on-one battle.
I hate it.
But like after you beat Zeus, you get his thunderbolts, and then you go to backtrack all the way back down to your village, and you just fucking one-shotting everything.
Oh yeah,
And that was
I
so
like that
fucking
part.
satisfying.
Yeah, that part is cool, but the fight after that, where you have to fight Zeus one-on-one.
You didn't like that? I liked it.
I hated that fucking.
Yeah,
That was.
It's
so
literally
dumb.
you have to like parry and like strike because he has the spear, which has faster attack speed, and you have a sword.
Yeah,
So like
but
if you try to attack at the same time, you're gonna get hit. So you have to like block or dodge his attack, then strike.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's exhausting. Like you just had all the powers in the world, and you were much faster, and you could heal yourself, and then you the final fight, you have none of that. It's just a dumb
basically
fucking
transform yourself to
slugfest.
match Zeus, kind of.
Yeah,
to get giant.
Yeah, it feels very unsatisfying to me.
I thought it was cool.
It would have been. I feel like it would have been cool if they did that first, maybe, and then had the other part second. I don't know. I guess that makes more sense the other way around, but so.
I feel like they shouldn't have done it at all. Like,
Yeah.
like the combat system is just not that precise.
Yeah. I did like before when you have to pick up the mirror shields and you had to deflect Zeus's like bolts back at him.
No, yeah, I like that first fight a lot.
I did too.
Yeah. That was cool.
And then the game is like when it ends, when you get to the end of the game, it's kind of like, is he like recreating humanity?
I don't know.
In a sense, he's giving like humanity back their lives, kind of their freedoms, so they can like rebuild.
Yeah, but I mean, they explain nothing. Like he's just
they don't.
It's
just literally him pulling some humans out of the rubble, reviving them in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you can kind of paint the picture as you want, but yeah.
yeah, I felt like I don't know. It could have been more.
I'm kind of surprised. At that point, I thought it was going to be like, oh, it wasn't Nicandria, it was just Prometheus all along, because Prometheus was always on the side of humans and like helping them out. He was even like held prisoner because he like defied the gods and blah blah blah, all that whole story. But yeah, I was expecting him to either transform to him or like Prometheus to be like a helping hand kind of thing, but it didn't. So I was like, oh, I'm surprised they didn't take advantage of that lore and like have him be part of the story. They only mentioned him in like some of the lore, or the actual lore that you read. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't in the game at all.
Like,
besides that,
it just reminded me so much of the end of God of War 3, where like everything's just so fucked up. Like you've killed everyone and like the world is in disrepair. Oh my god. It's just dark now. Very strange. But I mean, generally, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Not the ending, but everything
else. Yeah.
And fuck, I really like the lead up to the Zeus fight, where he was telling like the history of humanity and how he enjoyed the other ages of man and stuff like that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, leading up to him, it was kind of hard, but I was like, okay, this is the end of the game. So, It was not a terribly long game either. I think it was like 8 or 9 hours.
No, it was fairly short.
Yeah, like 8 hours.
About 8-hour game. You said you get to the town. There's three. The first 3 gods, and you get to the new town. There's 3 more gods, and then it's Zeus. So,
It's your boy.
it's not too bad. Not too bad. We didn't really talk about the music, but it's there, I guess.
It fits with the theme.
It does. A lot of like I can't even think of the words for it, but it's like a harmonizing.
It's very
stuff.
chorusy, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of harmonies, like people making like weird
harp music.
Yeah. But it fits. It definitely fits with the theme. None of it was bad. I think it just it fit well enough. And there was music when you got into battle was more up tempo and stuff, so it was cool. A lot of voice clips of like I said too, with people dying. I liked like just the screams and stuff, like when you slaughter them.
Yeah.
Damn, you like some dark shit.
Hey, well, it sounds good. It sounded fucked up when you do it too.
People's dying screams sound good to you?
I'm just saying, it sounds like real dying screams. Not that I know what.
How would you know how real dying screams sound
really
like?
Good.
Fuck.
I do, bitch.
Exposed.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? That's what,
FBI,
what happens
if you're listening.
when you
Fine,
when you
Brandon.
disagree with me on the list. That's why Saf hasn't been around in a while.
Oh well. Well, then your evil has worked out for the good. The good of mankind.
That's why he found the bodies. That's why he's not. That's why he's not on the game club anymore. Don't let him fool. Don't let him lie to you. It's not his hand. That's why Will's gone too.
One by one, they all fall down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing you a favor. I'm trying to get to your games faster for you, buddy.
Well, I'm sure Noah's next. Watch out, Noah.
Oh boy.
And then it's only gonna be me and you, and then eventually it'll be just me, and I'll just be talking about video games.
Well, I can defend myself.
Oh, okay, all right, that's good to know. Me and you're gonna have a battle like the final battle in the game.
Zeus and
yeah. It's gonna be really janky.
Good luck. I believe that. Yeah.
So yeah, is there anything else that you want to talk about real quick before we get to recommendations?
Let's put it in hell.
Whoa!
What?
No.
Put it with Hades.
Yeah.
Got Hades in it.
The only cool guy.
It's true. All right. Well, so.
Disappointment. I didn't see Cerberus anywhere.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
The missed opportunity. Maybe in Apotheon too.
Maybe he's played out.
Actually, I didn't see any mythological creatures besides the nymphs and satyrs. I was expecting Cyclops
like
and Medusa to be
people.
there. Yeah, that's true. I guess the more uncommon ones appeared, which is cool.
Yeah.
What wasn't there a Cyclops?
There were Cyclops.
Yeah. Okay. How
didn't
many
see any
mythological
Minotaurs
creatures did you
There
want?
was the one where you had to like constantly shoot him in the eye. It was the only weak point.
Yeah, the boss. I think it was like a first boss. No,
It was the first boss.
Was it Apollo's boss? I think it was Apollo's boss. No.
It's one of the.
Might be in Ares. I think it was in Ares.
That was a decent fight. You had to like climb up top and hit him in the eye. So yeah, you guys, we're getting to recommendations, and I'll start with you, Noah, because you picked the game. So, what would you recommend this game to somebody?
Well, if you're into Greek mythology, for sure, check this out. Like 100%. It's loyal to the lore. Yeah, like even if you like just simple hack and slash Metroidvania games, it's a really fun game to go through. So yeah, I'd recommend it.
Gills?
Yeah, I really do like Greek mythology, and I agree with that statement. And the gameplay is kind of whatever, but it's not so bad, or it's good enough.
Yeah.
And the art style is good. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you're looking for a game with a unique art style, definitely check it out. And it's not going to take too much of your time, so it's definitely worth a look. Especially if you can get it on the cheap, which probably I'm sure it's on sale on Steam all the time. They always do that kind of shit. So, and I don't even think it's terribly expensive as is. So yeah, it's definitely worth giving a shot.
True.
All right, so now it's time. Nicandrios is he's conquered the gods. Now let's see if he can conquer the list!
The list!
You can follow along with the list in the paste bin below. There's a link right down there in the description, and you can look and see what we're talking about here. So we're going to put it on this big list of games as you click on there and take a look at it. These games are in order from best to worst, and we have to find a spot to put it on that list. And so I guess we're going to start with Noah. So we're going to have to come to a decision here. That's what we do every single episode. We decide where we're going to put it. Noah, where do you think it should go?
All right, going from down in Hades' home all the way up to Mount Olympus here. Let's see. Past 80, I think. That's a long ass list. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're down to like 100. We're 141 right now. About to be 142.
We're just getting started, all right? We're just getting
started, man. Yeah, it's gonna go. The list will never end.
Around 60 something, maybe. What are you guys thinking?
Lower than that.
I was thinking like
lower?
in the low 80s.
Yeah, like Demon's Crest, Castlevania.
Yeah, around there. Yeah. Because I mean, those are some pretty good games, club games that we played before. Demon's Crest is a pretty good game. I think. What do you think? I think Demon's Crest might be better than this game.
Damn. Is it?
That's the question. That's what I'm asking you.
No, I think I would put it above.
Okay, all right. So around this area, though.
The thing about Demon's Crest is that like the levels were very short, and you had to go back to them often if you wanted to.
Yeah, and it's a
everything.
lot more cryptic and secretive.
That's true. Jesus,
Yeah.
now I'm thinking about that last boss and I want to die.
And
That last boss was bullshit.
Wait, what about the headbutting?
the headbutting minigame. Oh, fuck.
Oh, that fucking game. What a game.
All it takes is one bad moment, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it, no.
That fucking game was awful. But like,
What are you guys thinking around like Elite Beat Agents Winback and Mystical Ninja?
Well, I haven't played Elite Beat Agents yet, but I don't think I would. Maybe no, I don't think I would put it above Winback.
You wouldn't?
No.
would you put it?
It's weird because Winback had the
debatable.
janky controls as well, but it's like the kind of janky controls and tank controls that you get used to.
Yeah. That you can get really good at.
Yeah.
Do I just love
But-
Winback too much?
Winback.
I mean, I
an
love the
easy game to
gameplay of
fall in love
Winback,
with.
but when it comes to like the story and what was going on, I had fucking no interest. I just wanted to shoot guys.
Luigi's Mansion, though. You think it's better than Luigi's Mansion?
That's a tough one.
See,
It's like I love
It's the
Luigi's
new wall
Mansion,
right there.
but it was like I just liked exploring the mansion.
Luigi's
lot.
Mansion's coming up a lot in the list lately. Every time we're ranking
Yeah.
a game, we're talking about Luigi's Mansion.
Oh yeah.
I definitely had a lot more motivation, like going through Apotheon and like seeing where everything would lead.
The Luigi's Mansion?
Like,
I think. Alright, I think I would put it above Winback. I think that's where I would stop.
you wouldn't put it above Goemon?
Nah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Goemon. Goemon's fucking cool.
Goemon is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Would you put it above?
All right, if you guys feel like it's the best place to put it, then I won't disagree.
What were you
I
saying,
was gonna say,
Brandon?
would you put it above Republic Commando though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Because I remember that last boss fight of Republic Commando being kind of shit.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it was kind of
A
dumb.
long time. I can't remember.
It was you know those guys with those staffs that guard General Grievous and the Star Wars,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, those guys are annoying. Or was it just General Grievous? Fuck,
I can't
don't
remember.
right now.
I can't remember. I really don't. I remember one of the crewmates dies, and I was really sad. But yeah, it's been a long time since I played that game. I remember really liking it though.
Yeah. Damn. It's been too long.
Okay.
Do I want it above Luigi? Yeah, let's put it above Luigi. Let's put it under Winback, like we said. Oh no, we said over Winback. You said right.
Yeah,
All right, let's put it over
Winback.
Winback. I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna argue anymore. I think that's fine. So that puts it at number 78 on the list. Right above. Well, let's start the two above it. We got number 76, Pandora's Tower. That was a Game Club episode, so you can check that episode out. And episode 77, episode 77, the number 77 is Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, which is also a Game Club episode. So also go check that out because both of those games, very good games. Now number 78, Apotheon. Number 79, Winback, Covert Operations. And number 80, Elite Beat Agents. Agents are go!
Go.
I love that, man. It was a fun game. If you haven't played Elite Beat Agents, I gotta say, you should probably play that game because it's pretty funny.
I did. It was a part of my New Year's resolution games. The only one I've beaten so far, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
You got just over 2 months, and Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion 3 are coming out.
Yeah, I'm not looking very optimistic.
All right, so that's it for the list portion. That's almost it for the episode, but I got a couple of things. Hey, if you got to this point in the episode, I got to say, thank you very much for listening. But don't go anywhere, because I just want to tell you that the Jump Up Supercast can be found on plenty of places on the internet. If you ever go to Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and listen, I'm sure you do, because who the fuck doesn't? You can search Jump Up Supercast, and we do have pages on there, and we will post when the episodes go up, so you can keep track and say, oh shit, there's a new episode of the Jump Up Supercast Game Club. What game do they play this week? Well, the only way to fucking know that is to follow us. So make sure you do that. And we also, if you go to SoundCloud, iTunes, whatever the hell you listen to podcasts on, make sure you give us a follow and give us a good rating. Leave some comments. If you think the episode was bad, or if you think something was cool, go ahead and say something to us in the comments down below. Tell us how you feel about the game. If you ever played Apotheon, let us know your experiences and tell us how you felt about it. That'd be super cool. We would love that. If you look at the list and you think there's any problems with that, tell us. I'm sure there's plenty to complain about on the list. We all do.
I would have
it's
worded
a very
that
controversial topic. And actually, speaking of the list, we have Ranker Series next month, which is coming up, where we're gonna re-rank some of the games on the list too. So if you take a look at that and you think some of the games need to get re-ranked, yeah, like I said, go ahead, let us know. Maybe we'll take them into consideration, or maybe we'll tell you to fuck yourself. And it's all part of the fun. Also, YouTube. We are on YouTube if you want to listen to us there. Whatever you want to listen to, you can find us on everything except for Spotify, because we ain't doing that. But I want to thank you guys for listening, and I want to thank Ills and Noah for playing video games. But before we go, I got to tell you guys that we're going to play another video game. So 2 weeks from now, there's going to be a new episode going up, and that game is going to be on a game that I picked. And this week I'm picking... it's a little bit late for Halloween, so I'm not gonna pick something too spooky. But there's been some murders and mysteries going on, and I want to figure out what happened when we play Hotel Dusk Room 215 on the Nintendo DS.
Oh no, this is an adventure game. I can feel it.
Thank you guys again. Join us in 2 weeks when we talk about Hotel Dusk Room 215, and go out there, play some video games. And most importantly, be nice.